Yo, it's your bro Elliott Hulse here, back with another episode of Yo Elliott Plus Training Vlogs. I'm doing things a little differently here, where I'll be answering a question while training in the same video, and I could use your help. So send your questions in. Let me know what you'd like to hear me rant on during my workout, like I'm gonna do today. Today's question comes from my bro Coulter, and he wants to know, Yo Elliott, how do I build a massive back? Which is great because today I'm gonna do a workout that's gonna give me a massive back. So throughout today's workout, I'm gonna kind of pinpoint what I'm doing that's gonna support you in growing a gigantic movie screen back. And then at the end of the workout, I'll just finish up with a few extra tips, tricks, and things that you could do so that you could look like the Hulk. Hey, while you're hanging out here with us, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, notification button, share this shit and blow it up, because growing stronger ain't no joke. So when it comes to growing a massive back, two things are gonna stand out: huge traps and big lats. And so farmer's carries are one of those exercises that are gonna blow up those big lumps below your ears right here. Because you're holding and stabilizing with the shoulders as you carry, these muscles are gonna get a huge pump. By the end of this workout, they're gonna be about twice the size. Just watch. Also, as we're controlling the bar, right? Because these are unstable, and you gotta turn them around and stuff. The lats are doing all the stabilizing. So we're stabilizing up here, we're stabilizing under here, and of course, when we do that pick, we're working the core, low back. So one of the top exercises for growing a massive back with functional exercises, heavy farmers. What are your favorite back exercises with developing those muscles? You got pretty good muscles back there.
Farmers, cable rows.
Yeah, I know that.
Single arm rows. It's probably my favorite.
Turn around. Do a flex, do an upper body flex. Look at that. Look at that, that's following Hulse strength camp advice right there. All right, she gets all the goods, all the goods. Hands get real slippery with the sweat, so I gotta really chop them up. So if you remember last week, I did those wacky deadlifts off the blocks with the snatch grip. They were fun, but they hurt me. And so, you know, I mentioned having hip imbalances due to a torn Achilles tendon that I've been healing. It's been getting much better, but getting down that low, and I'm still pretty unstable, kind of screwed me up for a week. So all week I've had a lot of pain through my iliotibial band, right along the side here, boom. And so I had been doing the normal stretching and myofascial release and stuff, but then I remembered world record holding power lifter Brian Carroll sent me a bunch of this stuff, and it had been sitting on my shelf. I wasn't sure what to do with it. It's cannabinoid healing balm. It has 700 milligrams of CBD in it, right? So, I mean, a lot of people are into CBD these days. I really didn't know much about it, but he sent these to me. I want to give you thanks and gratitude, Brian, Power Act Strength. But what I did was I started rubbing it on my leg before I go to sleep because it was really aching me. And I gotta say, it works faster than Advil. That's the craziest thing. That's the first thing that popped into my head. Was like, as soon as I rub it on, like the pain literally melts away, it disappears. Now, an hour later, 40 minutes later, I gotta put more on. So of course, you know, and Advil works a lot longer than that. Plus Advil I gotta take, digest, it's, you know, not so good for the system. So I'm gonna rub some of this on here. I invite you to check it out if you got aches, pains, any kind of old injuries that you wanna kind of heal. Check out Power Rack Strength. I'm not an affiliate or anything, I don't get like commission, but I'm just showing you what I use and what works for me, and maybe you like it too. Yeah, just rubbing my leg for the camera. I should make an OnlyFans, right? This is suitable for OnlyFans. I'm not showing you my my parts. Just my leg. No porn. Kind of weird that it works so well that if I miss a spot, I know what spot I missed. Isn't that crazy? I don't know what it does. I don't know how it works. To me, it's just magic, right? I'm like a medieval meathead. Must be magic. I had to get up here more. Oh, it's magic. Right? That's about all I can say. So for building a massive back, you absolutely cannot leave out deadlifts. Deadlifts are gonna grow your back from the tailbone up to the tip of your head. And mainly the lats. Now a lot of people think in terms of building the lats require pull downs, right? Like anybody say you're doing a lat exercise, the first thing you think is pull down and pull up. But the lats are huge. They tie into the low back all the way up into the shoulder. So you would imagine that it's a muscle that has, because it has so many, it crosses so many joints, that it has a lot of different functions, and it does. And one of the main functions of the lats is to pull down this way, right? Pull this way. And so, like, even if you imagine like flexing your lats, what do people do when they flex their lats? They're pulling down this way, right? Right? I can't do it this way, I have to do it this way. It's a medial rotation almost, see? And so when we're deadlifting, we've got palms over at least, you know, you could actually do it anyway. But as long as you're pulling the bar close to you, you're training a lot of the lower lats. That's really what I mean to say. So above the low back, but like before it spreads into the armpits, that just grows huge. Like if you want to have two big plumber's pipes right in your low back, right? Let's see, do I have plumber pipes? Let me see. You see this valley right here? That valley right there? The muscles on both sides there, that's like the lower lats. That's where the lats tie in, but it's also like lumbar erector muscles and stuff like that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and bust this up. One of the things that I'd also like to mention is because the back has so many different muscles, right? It's not like, you know, the biceps where it's just like two muscles, right? Or triceps, three. The back has, I don't know, you got traps, you got lats, you got rhomboids, you got the external rotators of shoulder, rear delts are considered. You got the lumbar erectors, you got all kinds of muscles. We want to also hit it with different rep ranges. So I went really heavy for my farmers, which is a rep of 1. And here I'm going to go a little bit higher, more with like a bodybuilding rep range between 8 and 12. So in building a gigantic back, I like to use the low back, the low lats with heavy weights and, you know, moderate to low reps. But when it comes to the upper back, the rhomboids, the rear delts, the muscles through, you know, across the shoulder but behind, I like to bring the reps up really, really, really high because I want to get more of a hypertrophy response up there. A thick upper back also helps with your bench press, right? So you want to have like a big solid foundation from which to push off of. So I like to go higher reps, 20, 15, 20, 25 reps is what I'm going to hit on these. Body weight light, but a lot of reps. So as far as being a strength athlete is concerned, most of the power for your big moves are going to come from the core, or are going to emanate from the core out, right? So that's why I want to use big, heavy power moves when the hips are involved with the back movement. But here, it's just the shoulders. And you also might recognize that as an athlete, you're doing a lot of reps here, whether you're a boxer, whether you're a football player, whether you're a wrestler. You need more endurance up top, less power. Just think about a wrestler, right? For example, you might be spending like 3 minutes doing this with a guy, and then finally you get him, and then what? Bang! One power move. One rep, boom, as opposed to lots of reps. Another thing you'll notice is that I'm using this very, very thick bar. It's almost a 3-inch bar right here. And so there's a number of benefits to using a thick bar when doing any exercise. Apparently, according to studies, the thicker the grip that you're using, the more muscle you're activating, right? I can't tell, but that's what's been told. The other thing is, as an athlete, very rarely do you have a nice grip on anything, right? As a wrestler or a football player or whatever sport you're playing, very rarely do you have just like a nice grip. It's usually you're gonna be kind of like fighting for the grip. And so with a thicker bar there, you have to actually work a little bit harder to kind of find your positioning with your hand. Once again, by having to do so, the brain has to send more signals to the muscle back to the brain, thus activating more motor pattern recruitment. One of the ways you can add thickness to your barbell if you don't have thick bars and stuff is with fat grips. You'll have to see me put these blue things on my dumbbells. That's what they're for. So how do you build a massive back? Heavy weights, low reps, lightweight, high reps, mix it up. Also, because the back is a pulling, or most of what you're doing at the back is pulling, you got vertical pulling, horizontal pulling, pulling off the floor. You gotta mix it up. Also, remember, lats are the biggest muscles in your back. They tie into the front of the shoulder and then also attach to the lumbar erectors or the lumbar muscle bones. And so you want a variety of different exercises with a variety of different parameters, rep ranges, sets, and I guarantee you stick to it, picking heavy things up and putting it down, your back will grow. Hope that helps. Until next time, yo.